Welcome aboard the Bitcoin Express. My name is Chase. Let's get to it. Tezos is on fire. It's up 150% in the last 3 months, and it's up over 600% within the last year. So if you're living in New York and you want to buy some Tezos, how can you buy Tezos living in New York? The answer, you can't. And the reason you can't buy Tezos in New York is because of strict laws in New York due to New York's BIT license, which we're going to talk about in today's video. Now, the crazy part is you can buy Tezos in America, except in New York. If you go on CoinMarketCap, you can see all the exchanges that sell Tezos. You'll see Binance, you see Coinbase, Coinbase Pro, Huobi, Bitfinex, Bittrex. So if you go through all these websites, you'll notice that you can buy Tezos on these websites. But if you're living in New York, you don't have that option. It's so strict in New York, actually, that not only can you not buy Tezos using Bittrex in New York, you actually can't even use Bittrex in New York at all. Just this last year, in 2019, everyone that had a Bittrex account in New York, they had to remove all of their cryptocurrency because their accounts were shut down. So New York is extremely strict. And again, this is all due to a BIT license. This was a form of laws that came out about 5 years ago, and it was never updated. So it has all these old rules that apply to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and it's really hindering the growth of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in New York. And at the same time, this is not how it is everywhere else in America. All other states, or majority of other states in America, you're able to have crypto businesses, open them up more easily, open up more opportunities to buy and trade cryptocurrency, but not in New York. Now, I think the problem with New York, while they're sitting back and not really doing anything about this, is because they know they are New York. They're a big player in this space. Even now in 2020, if they decided to remove the BIT license and update their terms, make them more friendly, they know companies will come here. They know people want to do business here. So maybe they're just taking their time. And this BIT license, like I said, has so many rules. It's almost impossible for any company to actually do business in New York. And they're leaving New York. Jesse Powell, the CEO of Kraken, he says that this BIT license, right, it makes New Yorkers feel more like hostages. He said, quote, "Most companies have left the state because the requirements are so onerous and they want to have so much control over not just what happens in New York, but your entire global business." So he's saying companies are leaving New York, but listen, let's be real. New York knows the value that they have. They know people want to do business there. They understand that they still have time to update those terms. And there has been some talk recently in court about maybe updating the BIT license. And maybe not for the purposes we want, but updating it so there's more control of monitoring cryptocurrency for criminal purposes. So if you really want to still buy Tezos and you live in New York, well, how can you do it? Of course, you can use a VPN, virtual private network, but this is not recommended. This would be considered illegal, so that's up at your own risk. You can use this to log into an exchange technically from another state, and you can buy Tezos. But if you ever get caught, you will be in big trouble. And then the other option, which is more practical and legal, is you can simply move away. If you're living in New York, maybe you can just move to New Jersey. It's not as great as New York, or you can move to a surrounding state or somewhere else. Or maybe if you have a family member that lives outside of New York and you really want to buy Tezos, maybe they can buy it on your behalf. So we're talking about Tezos pumping. It's the best performing altcoin within the last year, and you might want to buy it. Again, I'm not saying that I'm buying it or I'm telling you to buy it, but what are the reasons that people really want to buy it other than the price going up? Well, having to do with the price going up might be what is going on with Tezos at the moment. We do know that when you have Tezos and you stake it, you can earn rewards or staking rewards. And Coinbase allows one to do this easily. If you have Tezos and you stake it on Coinbase, you receive a reward. And this is in another way. This is essentially passive income. And again, the asset is performing very well, so people want to buy it. A lot of people in this space, they might not look into the project. They just see the price going up. And that's just the psychology of altcoins. And especially when we inevitably hit alt season, people are just going to buy things because they go up. And then another reason, which actually I would say is a pretty valid reason why people are interested in Tezos and may want to pay more attention to it is because we did find out this summer that Tezos smart contracts are actually being used by the French army, whereas many projects are just a white paper. It seems at the moment when it comes to smart contract platforms, Ethereum and Tezos are the only ones that are actually doing real practical projects for real world use. And like I said, Tezos smart contracts are being used by the French army, and this was confirmed by the French army. So there you have it. If you want to buy Tezos in New York, the answer is you cannot. And New York, in this case, having this bit license, not updating it for 5 years, it's really financial suicide. If they keep it at this rate, they are going to lose all the businesses that potentially would have came to New York. New York is a hot spot, not just in America, but in the world, and it has been for many years. But who knows in 10 or 20 years if it still will be. Will the hotspot be, will it even be in America? Will it be in Europe? Will it be in the Middle East? We don't know at the moment, but what we do know is that if New York does not update this bit license, it's really going to harm them in the long run. I hope that you found value in today's video, and if you like my content, I want you right now to go down below and subscribe to my channel. Show some love. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.